Give me one trait that separates Brock Purdy from Trey Lance.
I heard you talking yesterday with Larry, and this is what kind of got me thinking about this. You were talking about the way that Kyle Shanahan deals with his quarterbacks, and it made me think about Phil Simms and Bill Parcells, because they had a very contentious relationship. Bill Parcells rode him really hard, and they even had a blow up on the sidelines during the Monday night game back in '90. You were too little. You're probably 8 years. You weren't paying attention to NFL. I don't even know.
I was 2.
You're probably like,
I was 2.
Come on, don't you remember that, Grant? Don't you remember?
I'm sorry, I missed it. I went to bed early that night.
But I think that's how Kyle Shanahan is, right? He's very similar. He's kind of in that mold. He's going to ride these guys. Yeah. And the difference between Brock Purdy and Trey Lance is that Brock's been around the game a little bit more, and his dad was. I know Trey Lance's dad was a professional athlete too, so both their parents were professional athletes. But Purdy's been around the block a little bit more, and I think Purdy's just a little more comfortable in who he is and what he can do and what he brings. And so when
Trey's so green that if you ride him, it could actually, he doesn't have a bunch of experience to fall back on, a bunch of confidence to fall back on.
Yeah,
it hurt his confidence.
They're both good dudes. Let's put that out there. But Brock Purdy, he's been through more. So when he's out there and Kyle Shanahan starts chewing his ass, he's just kind of like, in a way, he's kind of like Jimmy Brock. He's like, okay. Like he's able to process what he's saying, and then just go out and do whatever he does, but make it a little bit better. Whereas I think with Trey, he just hasn't played as much. And so when he's getting chewed, he's like, shit, I need to do this. I need to do that. And it's like really, that kind of grinds on him and wears him down. Whereas Purdy's able to just
compounds,
let it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is with Purdy, that shows out in the way that he is on the field. And, he's a very down to earth guy. Both these guys are very down to earth, but when he's on the field, Brock Purdy is like, you know what? F you. I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna show you how I'm better than you. And he goes out and he does it. That's why he's not afraid to pound his chest and beat helmets with Trent Williams and all that kind of stuff, right? He just has the trait is confidence, and I just feel like he's uber confident, whereas Trey Lance is trying to find
How could he be confident? He hasn't played in 3 years. He broke his ankle. The team isn't super behind him. I get it. I totally agree. And the other person who had that confidence, my favorite player ever, Steve Young. Steve Young had that confidence. And I think that's why he and Mike Shanahan worked. John Elway had that confidence. He and Mike Shanahan worked. I don't know that all quarterbacks would work with Kyle, but to work with, you have to have that. And like we were talking about Mac Jones, a lot of people saying Mac Jones would have succeeded here. I don't know, for this reason right here. I mean, Kyle's negative, and he will test your confidence. Mac Jones seems to have, he's got Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick coached with Bill Parcells. It's pretty similar over there, and it seems like he's almost objecting to it. So I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's an interesting point about Brock.
The one with what's interesting about Jones is that he played for Nick Saban, so that's what makes that whole thing interesting. Because Saban kind of seems like a guy who would kind of grind on you a little bit, but
it's true. But there's difference, like being an amateur and sort of having to take it. I feel like a lot of college coaches can be, Urban Meyer-esque. Once you get to the pros and you got $15 million in the bank, all of a sudden you got an opinion.
I wonder with Mac Jones, I wonder if those things were there in 2021 when he was playing with
Josh McDaniels.
Compared to 2022 when he had the guys that were running the clowns that were running the show last year on offense in New England.
I just think it's crazy. Like Bill Belichick brought in Bill O'Brien, and you thought, well, that handles the situation. Mac Jones was upset about Matt Patricia. You bring in Bill O'Brien, everyone's happy, but are they? Like, or is this still going on? Like, what the hell's going on?
It's still going on, it sounds like. And so it'll be, I don't think
is Mac Jones throwing a hissy fit and being like, I want out? Or is Bill like, I don't like you? Like, you failed my test. You're out. I don't know. I just wonder.
I don't like you. You're no longer
I just don't like you. You're out.